Hello, 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 what's happening everybody? MCOC Droid does back again for another Marvel Contest of Champions tips and tricks video. And in this video, I'm going to break down how to most effectively use Hela, particularly with her Furies, and how to keep the stacks of spirits going. A lot of people have been asking me recently how to use Hela, what her moveset is, especially because now she's been added to the basic crystals, so she's in the 4-star, the 5-star, the premium hero crystal, and even at the point of recording this video, she is a 6-star featured champion as well, and people have been pulling her, which is fantastic. So I figured I'd put this video together just to kind of give you a rundown of some of her abilities, and really how, in my opinion, is the best way to go about using her. So let me pull up her abilities right here. We'll go back to the SIG ability, or at least part of it, in a second. So again, she's able to stack Furies, and she's able to maintain her Furies with these Spirits of the Dead. So as you can see, the Spirits of the Dead, using them to power her Fury buffs, giving them infinite duration as long as she has spirits. Each Fury buff active on her drains her spirits over time, but each strike of her summoned swords empowers them. And then when her spirits are exhausted, her Fury buffs begin to expire one at a time. So the main way to increase your spirits is by actually using medium attacks, and I'll show that when we get into the fight. They do also pop up from the L1 and the L2, but again, medium attacks are going to be your main source of spirit building. So let me scroll down right here and show you the two ways to generate these Fury buffs are through the heavy attacks and her special attack 1. And let me go ahead and throw a disclaimer in right now. For the purposes of this video and for the fight later on, I'm not going to be using any of her synergies. She's got some really cool ones, and I do want to focus on those in the video, but I want to showcase just her abilities on her own without anything from any other champions. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, as you can see, it's the same strength whether you are charging up her heavy or firing off a special attack 1. The Furies are the same strength. So a special attack 1, as you can see at the bottom there, has a 100% chance, try saying that 5 times fast, to trigger a Fury buff. So you only get 1 from the special 1, but it is guaranteed. With the heavy, of course, you will continue to stack Furies for however long you're holding down your heavy. So either whenever you get hit or whenever you release it, that's when you'll stop. And I've been seeing a lot of people focusing more on the heavy attack, and it's not a bad way to go, particularly in very short bursts, but it's not the same as like doing a Quake heavy, you know, where you're holding that down, building up the aftershock and building up the concussion, and it has that sort of auto evade built in, because that's what happens when an enemy has concussion on them. So a lot of people, I think, kind of fall into that same, I don't want to say trap, but you fall into that same pattern of getting used to only charging her heavy to try and get the Furies. And again, while it's not bad in short bursts, it's not effective overall, and in fact it'll actually get your Furies to disappear very quickly. Anyway, as you can see, I have gone into our favorite test dummy grounds, which is, of course, fighting the Winter Soldier in Realm of Legends. So I didn't talk about her SIG ability. I'll go back to that very quickly. One of her 2 abilities there, as you can see, at the start of the fight, each champion on Hela's team that is knocked out grants her additional spirits. This is my 5-star only at SIG level 18. As you can see, it's only 22.5 spirits per knocked out champ. You will see this obviously in things like Alliance Quest if she's on your team, Alliance War Attack, but those are only teams of 3, so you won't get it as much as here in the quest where you have a team of 5. So if all 4 of my other teammates were down, or if I didn't bring anybody, then I'd be getting a lot of spirits for each one total. But in this case, I went ahead and picked a team of 5 random champions. There are no synergies here, so no boosts, no bonuses, and again, no one that will specifically help out her abilities. So I'm going to go into it, show you First, just again, how to get the spirits themselves. As I mentioned, you primarily get them through medium attacks. So if you see, I just did one attack right there. Go ahead and do it again. And for each one of those, I'm getting 15 spirits. Now, if I do the second medium attack, as in like a combo like that, that is actually 2 hits. So as you can see there, I got 30 spirits. I'll go ahead and do a few more. And let me go ahead and fire off the first L1 and 12. So you see I've got my first fury there. And since it's only one, each tick for those spirits, as you can see, it's just going down one at a time. Not too bad. If I go ahead and fire off the L2 again, I now have 2 furies, and as you can see, now each tick of these spirits decreases, going down by 2 instead of 1. So again, you can do the heavy method, as you can see right there, but even with that timing, which as you saw wasn't great, I was only able to get 2 furies going, and I didn't really have great timing to get in a hit. So that basically left me exposed to get hit by the enemy, which is not great. Okay. Just go ahead and mess around with him for a little bit. And again, as you can see, now that I have 4 furies going, those spirits are going down at a faster pace. I always like to build up at least a good couple hundred, 200 to 300, before I even get my first fury going. So I'll do, as you can see, like these little combos of 2 to 3 hits at a time, just doing medium attacks. Just to, again, kind of build up the spirits fairly quickly, still doing some decent damage, not letting them get their power bar filled up too fast either. Overall, just a better way to go. Let me fire off this L3 so I can get my power back to 0. Because her L2 also revolves around the Furies in a different way. So the L2 will actually place an armor break on the enemy, and the strength of the armor break is based on how many Furies you have on yourself at the moment. So obviously the more Furies you have on you, the stronger that armor break is going to be. Let me go ahead and build up to one more L1 so I can get that 5th Fury going. Or I guess I can just do a heavy just for that one to kind of show you a more effective way of getting that. So let me let him take care of that. I'll go ahead and parry him. Just get that one in, boom, nice and easy. And you can see the damage is already starting to pile up here. So now I'm throwing this L2, and as you can see, it's got the armor break. It's going to last, I forget, it's like 10, 12 seconds, something like that. But as you can see, I'm getting some pretty darn good hits in there. Just look at that, 2,800 for regular hits, not even a crit in there. The crits themselves, obviously, were doing a lot better. So yeah, I mean, if you can just kind of keep this rhythm going, where you build up a few Furies, and just really keep going on the medium attacks, getting the spirits staying up there, you can do some serious damage very quickly. But more importantly, you're able to maintain these Furies. Yes, you can use the heavy method and you can get Furies pretty quickly, but those Furies will not last long. So then you're just going to be kind of stuck and have to rebuild all over again, which isn't really the best way to use her. It's better to have the build-up and then just keep this huge amount of damage going. I'm going to stop talking for a moment so I can focus on the fight and just watch the damage as it comes in. And there we go. Pretty simple, actually. Like I said, get some medium attacks going pretty quickly, get those spirits built up, get at least a few hundred going, fire off the L1, keep the medium attacks going. You can do the longer combos as long as you're definitely starting and ending them with those medium attacks.